Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Assam Business and I am a student at Rehan School in our campus. Welcome to another conversation with Maya here. Today we are discussing the power of patience, why great success takes time. Let's make a call with Maya.
Hey there. What's up?
Hello Maya, how are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How's your Monday treating you so far?
So today I am having an another conversation with you on the topic the power of patience. Why great success takes time. In a world where we often expect instant results, patience has become an incredibly valuable skill. Whether we are learning a new skill, building a career, growing a business, or working toward a goal, meaningful success usually takes time. Today I will explore with Maya why patience matters, how we can stay motivated while waiting for results, and how patience can help us make better decisions and become a stronger individuals. So Maya, let's begin this conversation.
I'm all in for this one. Patience is such a paradox, isn't it? It's practically an extinct skill in the age of one-day delivery, but it's still the secret sauce for actually getting the big things right. I'm curious where you want to go with this. What's on your mind?
Maya always give deeper and detailed answers and only focus on my voice, not focus on my background voice. So Maya, my first question is what does patience really mean?
It's a lot more than just waiting around. I think of it as a type of mental endurance. It's the ability to keep exactly. Basically, it's the gap between when you start working for something and when it actually pays off. How would you define it?
Maya, my next question is why is patience important when working toward a long-term goal?
Because most of the things actually worth having aren't designed for speed, they're designed for depth. If you rush a foundation, the whole building is shaky. Patience is what lets the roots actually take hold before you try to grow the branches. It turns a sprint into a marathon, which is the only way to actually finish the race without burning out in the first mile.
So Maya, my next question is why do people often become frustrated when they don't see quick results?
Because we're basically living in the age of the instant download. When you can get food, a ride, or an answer from a search engine in seconds, your brain starts to think that's how everything should work. But growth doesn't have a fast forward button. It's frustrating because there's a mismatch between our expectations and the actual clock of the real world. Well, tell me more about that. What were you working on?
So Maya, my next question is how can patients help us make better decisions?
It stops you from reacting to the first thing that looks like a solution. When we're impatient, we're just trying to kill the discomfort of waiting, which usually leads to picking the fastest option instead of the right one. Patience gives you the mental space to actually weigh the options, see the pitfalls, and choose the path that's actually sustainable.
Maya, my next question is how can social media create unrealistic expectations about success?
Yeah, that's a really interesting intersection. Social media has a funny
Maya, continue the
Oh, you're
answer.
using AI. Right. Social media is basically a highlight reel of people's biggest wins, and they usually edit out all the boring, grinding parts where they actually failed for a year straight. It creates this illusion that success is a straight line up, and that's where the danger is. When you see someone hit 1 million views overnight, it's easy to feel like you're doing something wrong if your own growth is slower. But the truth is, overnight success usually takes years of quiet work that no one filmed. It's a warped version of reality that makes us want to skip the learning how to be bad phase, but that's the only phase where you actually get good. Do you feel that pressure when you're making your own videos?
Yeah, Maya.
Wait, did you want me to keep
My
going with the
next
social?
question is, what should we do when our hard work doesn't seem to be producing results?
First, zoom out. Most of us give up right at the dip, that frustrating plateau where you're putting in the effort, but the needle isn't moving. Wait, what happened?
So, Maya, my next question is, how does practice help entrepreneurs?
I think you lost me for a second there. What were you saying?
My question is, how does patient help entrepreneurs?
I think your microphone might be playing tricks on us. I'm not quite catching that word, Peonius. Could you say that one more time?
I say entrepreneurs.
Go for it. I'm still. Haha, no worries. No pressure. We can just stick to. You're not. I'm not gonna lie.
Maya, continue the answer. Why are you not giving the answer? My question is, how does patience help entrepreneurs?
Whoa, that escalated quickly. You want to wrap this up? You've been on a bit of a roll today. What's on your mind? I'm with you. What's on your mind? I'm with you too. You've been firing off some heavy hitters today with the patience and consistency talk. What's the next move?
Maya, my last question is, what is the most important lesson everyone should remember about patience?
That it's not a pause button, it's the process. People think patience is just waiting for the prize, but the real lesson is that you're actually growing while you wait. That's where the character is built and the skill is actually mastered. If you skip the waiting, you skip the growth, and you end up with a prize you aren't ready to keep.
Thank you, Maya, for answering all of my questions. Today, I learned that patience doesn't mean doing nothing. It means continuing to work while understanding the meaningful results take time. Success is often built through the small actions, consistent effort, learning from mistake and trusting the process. We may not see progress every day, but that doesn't mean progress isn't happening. This conservation reminded me to stay focused on my goals, avoid unnecessary comparisons, and keep moving forward even when results take longer than expected. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a wonderful day. Allah Hafiz.